Grace and peace, family. I hope everybody's feeling blessed, not stressed, not pressed, and living their best today. I'm not going to do Bible study today, but I am going to touch on a specific topic. So I woke up this morning, and what was on my heart was one word: patience. As soon as I woke up, that was the first thing I heard, and I don't know exactly what the Lord was talking about. It was like a slap on the hand a little bit. So yesterday, a very 3D-ish day. So I had appointments to take care of, running around with my little one. Now I don't enjoy those days as much because I feel like the more you are in the world and you have to interact, it disconnects you a bit. And I'm not really a fan of that. I'd rather be connected than to be distracted, right? So toward the end of the night, I found myself being exhausted from the kind of day that I had. Now, in my exhaustion, I'm writing out, the things I need to take care of within the next week or so, the things that have already been accomplished, as well as, the things that I needed to put off due to the fact that I had so much to do. And in that list are a couple of things that are supposed to be being done or that are coming into fruition that I didn't see movement on. And I found myself asking a question that I don't normally ask. And it was, when, Lord, when? And I was like, whoa, when? That's not you, Jen. You're not a when type of person. And that is why the Lord placed in my heart to talk about patience today. So when we get into the when moments, that is 100% the spirit of impatience being on you and influencing your mind state. I find that that's my strong suit, which is even more crazy to me. I'm a very patient person. Patient with others, patient with myself, patient with the Lord, of course. But I'm very patient naturally, so I don't normally have to look at, is my patience being tested? But that is exactly what's going on. Now, on top of the realization that I was dealing with the spirit of impatience, I then began to be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're being impatient with the Lord. You need to pray, you need to get this off of you, pray it off of you, go sit, in your solitude. I got into the mode of combating it, which honestly made it worse. Because now, not only am I being impatient with the Lord, I turned around and started to deflect on me, and now I'm being impatient with myself. It wasn't until after my meditation that I realized, and coming down from everything, and it was like, oh, being tested. A wise friend once said in the group that the enemy knows exactly where to come for you. He knows where to come for you. He knows the areas that you don't have issues. He knows the areas that you don't have any resistance. The areas where you really have your faith is strong. He knows those areas. So what he does is he'll wait until you are distracted, you are overwhelmed, you aren't noticing what's going on. And then he'll pounce in the areas that you know that you're not looking at for development because they've already been developed. And he'll poke at them and open them back up so that you have to review. Now, of course, for me, that's fine because then you don't know. I like shadow work. If I'm not looking at myself to figure out how I can improve, there ain't no growth and we're not doing that. But I know that this all happened because somebody must be dealing with the spirit of impatience on them. The biggest thing to understand is that we are working in worldly time, and that is literally a hindrance. We have, in New York, we have corner stores, we have Walmarts. We can go to all these places and get what we need instantly. We have our phones at our disposal. We want information, we can literally just pull it up seconds, which makes the ability to be patient in time of need a lot harder. So I know someone is dealing with impatience and they're working through it. My advice is to be patient with yourself, to understand that time is not relevant. If things are not working out for you right now, are, wishing and hoping for a car. I want a car, I want a brand new car. And they want it now. But the Lord can deliver that car because they do anything. The question is, do you have your license? Can you afford to pay for that car? Is it a good time for it? Do you have another question to trade in first? There are processes that the Lord goes through before He makes things happen. And that's where the patience is required, because He knows the best process. He knows the strategic placing of things so that it works out and you don't lose the blessing you are hoping for. We gotta be okay with allowing. When you allow, the Lord is able to move, and He's able to move efficiently. Patience, faith, and control cannot live in the same house. You can only have two in a marriage, right? Control and faith don't work. Control and patience don't work. But patience and faith, they work very well together. That is a harmonious marriage, and it is always successful. I did have Romans 8 and 25, which is, if we look forward to something that we don't yet have, we must be patient and confident. Knowing something is coming and knowing that the Lord's going to produce it takes for you to be patient. It takes for you to be confident in Him. Use that time to enjoy the process of waiting, whether it's developing yourself, whether it's contemplating all the nuances that are to come, all the good things that are going to come from when it does happen. Use that time for that, because all that does is reaffirm to the Lord and the universe that you really want that thing, and that when it comes, you're going to cherish it. I'm going to get this one right here. You guys have a blessed day. Don't be impatient. If you gotta wait and let somebody through the door before you go, let 4 people through the door, just to show how patient you are.